You don't look anything like the way I thought you would. You're overweight and you're bald.
Ma'am?
Yeah, I was expecting someone who looked like Robert Redford in that old Twilight Zone episode. You know, the one where he plays the angel of death who's so sweet to the old lady.
There's no television in heaven.
Netflix?
Nope.
No television. How am I going to watch March Madness, the World Series, and the Super Bowl?
You'll be too busy singing for sports.
Singing? I don't got a good singing voice.
You will. Your diction will improve too.
Huh. And what if I may ask, happened to the tunnel and the big white light that I read about in Reader's Digest?
Misinformation.
Will Harriet, the waitress from Hooters, be there? And the redhead in Carlos Cafe, the one in the green dress?
This is very bizarre. You seem to confuse heaven with a singles bar.
Okay. Well, maybe Harriet and the redhead are elsewhere. But will there be someone to, have nookie with?
There's no nookie in heaven. Our Lord was very clear about that. Luke chapter 20, verses 27 to 40.
No nookie?
None.
Can this whole business, my dying, be delayed for a while?
I wouldn't push the envelope if I were you. You've only eked out your way in because of your caring about the homeless.
Well, someone has to.
It was generous of you to leave all your money to the local homeless shelter. I'm curious, why do you care so much about the homeless?
Why? Because I almost was one of them. I never could keep a job because of the too much drinking sort of life. I got so broke, I was eating peanut butter sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and supper.
You could have asked for help.
Oh, my ma wouldn't leave the porch light on for the Lord. Besides, I would have been embarrassed to ask for help. Being broke is embarrassing. My ma didn't care much for me. My ma didn't care much for anybody, but her sister, my Auntie May, man, she was the best. Auntie May was a great old broad. One of those people who never judge you, even when you're being a real jerk. And that woman could cook. I mean, nothing fancy. Things like roast chicken, mashed potatoes, and peas, and chocolate, you should forgive the expression, devil's fruit cake with vanilla butter cream icing. My ma's idea of dinner was Chinese takeout and a six-pack of Budweiser. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but perfect mashed potatoes, they are a whole other story. Auntie May loved me, and she had money. It's good to be loved by someone who has money. When she passed away, she left me a bundle. Anyway, I figured when I kicked off, I'd leave it to the homeless.
Well done, old chap.
So no TV, no nookie. Is there at least chocolate cream pie?
Heavenly nourishment is spiritual, not sensual.
Is there some kind of paperwork I can fill out, officially requesting a postponement?
There's gorgeous music, mostly Mozart.
No rock and roll?
Occasionally.
Classical music and no dessert. You don't mind me saying, it really doesn't sound that appealing.
And spending eternity in flames?
Yeah, sure. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but maybe just a few more days for sex and some chocolate cream pie.
Your appointment is for today.
So, I guess, if I got a chance to live my life over again, no, I don't, do I?
No.
Anyway, if I did, I'd do some things real different.
You mean Anna?
Yeah, I mean Anna. I wish with my stupid old heart I'd married her. I regret.
There are no regrets in heaven.
Well, that's the first really appealing thing you said. One time I pulled this really bad joke. I poured ketchup on my chest and I laid down on the kitchen floor and I pretended to be dead. When Anna came into the kitchen, she screamed, started crying, so I jumped up and told her it was ketchup. It was all a joke. She was crying, so when she thought I was...
To paraphrase Cervantes, a joke that wounds is no joke.
Cervantes. Didn't he play for the Orioles? Anyway, Anna was my heart, and I let her go. I let go. I thought being single was such a great thing, no ties, no commitments. Ah, brother, was I wrong. Being alone your whole life, at least for a guy like me, ain't so great after all. It's just lonely.
You'll never be lonely again.
Well, that's the second appealing thing I've heard.
It's time.
Yeah. Could I bring my old dog with me? He's been with me through thick and thin. He had to eat peanut butter, too, during the tough times, but he liked it. It would sure mean a lot to me if Stan could come along.
I don't see why not. Let's go now.
Can we wait around a little while? I'm kind of nervous about all this. Just a few minutes, maybe we could tell each other some jokes. Did you hear the one about the guy who thought astral projection was a weight problem?
Come along, Oliver. Don't hesitate. If we're not on time, they lock the gate.